Let's talk about hosting. This is our basic guide to understanding hosting. A hosting account allows a website to be made accessible to the World Wide Web. A host allows to use storage on and access to a server. Access is usually through a type of control panel. That's what you'll find standard among the different accounts that you set up, especially when you're dealing with places like GoDaddy, HostGator, or what we recommend, purespeedhosting.com. And there's a few different types of servers. There's shared hosting, and this is common and what you'll find a lot of people get because it's usually the cheapest option. And what you have is your site is on a server with a bunch of different sites, but there can be issues with that because if you have a spike in traffic, that spike in traffic could lead to your site going down. I know you've heard or seen to where you go to a site where it's getting a lot of buzz, you go and the site is down. It's because it can't handle the bandwidth. There's also private hosting, which is a shared server, but it acts like multiple and you get a dedicated resource on that private server. Then there's cloud hosting, which works like a bunch of servers together. So it's like you have this one giant server and they're easy to scale that up so that way the resources are available as long as they keep increasing servers as they get new sites. Then there's dedicated hosting, in which you actually rent a server for you that's dedicated to your site. There's going to be a higher expense with that. A lot of times that's one of the faster options. And then when you go to do a purchase, getting an SSL certificate, or you secure your site with HTTPS, which also is a Google ranking factor, which they've confirmed. Website speed. Faster sites generate better engagement, better conversion. People are less likely to bounce. They'll stay. They'll engage. Page speed is not a ranking factor, which has been confirmed by SIA, but TTFB, time to first byte, most likely is. So what that means is that when you go to a website, there's data packets that are being sent. So the faster those can get going, the better off you are at potentially getting ranked higher. Now, if you want to get crazy, you can be less than 500 milliseconds or between 500 milliseconds and 200 milliseconds, and you're in the golden zone there. I've seen Amazon. Amazon does a really good job at making their sites fast, or making Amazon.com fast. There's dedicated hosting, which we said earlier has usually the fastest response time. And then for your current site or client site, you can check your speed by going to bytechcheck.com, which I find to be pretty basic speed check. I really like the webpage test.org, which shows you a waterfall of everything that's going on as far as the calls being made to the server, and you can identify maybe there's an image that's slowing it down that you need to optimize, as well as code, JavaScript. Now, a host recommendation that we really like is purespeedhosting.com. It's really fast. Remember, as you go up to the faster hosting, you're going to pay a little bit more. So think about the objective of the site, look at your competition, and pick the right option, although the right option is always HTTPS and fast hosting. In this example, I don't have the HTTPS on Chomp Orthodontics, which I may add later, and I don't have it on Pure Speed Hosting, which I may upgrade to. Now let's take a look at the different sites to check our speed. So byte check, this does a basic response. So it shows we're at 1591 milliseconds TTFB, right? It's too slow. We want to get it down between 200 and 500. And it's not on a fast server. It's on a cheap server that I've got to get set up. But, this is one of the things that we'll look to optimize. Now, here's where the waterfall test is. This is going to provide us with a lot more detail, in which we can run our competitors through this too. So we can see what they're doing. We can see what our site's doing. And then what we do is we optimize based on that. So this is showing our waterfall. And we can take a look and we can see that our load time, our time to first byte, similar to what we had over here, 1.59, 1.6. And you get a grade, so you can see your time to first byte on this is really bad. So it'd be something that we probably update. And hopefully this basic tutorial on hosting gave you some information so you have an understanding of how it works. And looking forward to training in the next video.